So, what makes a business acquisition risky? What should we be avoiding?
Yeah, when it comes to newer buyers, I would definitely tell them to avoid the following businesses. The ones that are founder dependent businesses, whether they agencies, e-commerce businesses, or any type of other business where the owner is the salesperson, the strategist, the account manager, the client relationship guy, like the owner does everything. Those are very dangerous. The whole business is the person. Or it's pretty similar with trend-based e-commerce brands or e-commerce brands in general. Some of those brands are one or two people businesses where the owner really understands meta ads or Amazon rankings, these different things, skill sets that are the core of what brought the brand from zero to six, seven, eight figures. So those are not great ideas for new buyers unless the buyer has, that's their strength. That is their main thing. Um, where a business or a service has a one hero product, that's also a dangerous business to go after. Like there's one thing that a product, especially for e-commerce products, where you have one hero product, and I had a brand like that, where the whole brand was doing $500,000 in sales on Amazon per year, and then it got wiped out in like 2 months. Long story why, but I won't go into it. Another type of business to avoid are the businesses sold as passive income businesses, landromats, vending machines, car washes, ATMs. They're often sold to beginners at a premium price. And I'm not saying they're bad businesses, just you have to be very careful. I have seen many people buying the wrong passive income business, and they end up not being passive, or they don't make the money that the owner expects to make. Any businesses that have one giant customer, if the numbers, even if the number looks great, but losing that account would wreck the business. That's not a good business to go after. There's many things to say on that. And then another thing to add, if the numbers are not clear, if the business has messy books, where there's unexplained cash flow, that is dangerous. I was looking at a concrete manufacturing, it was concrete business, not manufacturing. And the seller was saying, oh, well, I make $400,000 a year, or somewhere in that range. But I couldn't see it on the tax returns. He said, well, some people pay me with cash. I'm like, yeah, well, how do I know that people pay you with cash? And then if you're not honest on your taxes, how should I know if you're honest to me? So I stay away from those type of businesses. I don't plan to do anything illegal, not uh, put the revenue on my tax report. So I don't buy those types of businesses. I would say stay away from them because there's something fishy there. Stay away from there.
So, what makes for a great business acquisition then? Those are the things we want to watch out for.
Yeah, a lot of times a great business acquisition is a type of business where customers pay for one of four things. Pain, something is broken and needs to be fixed. If you have a pipe in your house that is broken, you cannot use the toilet, you will probably find a plumber to come fix it for you. Compliance, if the law, an insurance company, or some type of regulator requires it, it's very probable that that business will be around and you won't lose clients over it. Grease trap cleaning, for instance, it's required. The restaurants have to do it. Um, the third thing is if the service is recurring, pest control or poop scooping, it's a recurring service. It might be hard to grow initially, but once you have the client, you don't really churn a lot of clients. So the service needs to happen again and again. Yeah, when the switching vendors or switching service providers is a hassle, that's probably also a good thing. We own a print shop, and we discovered that business owners do not want to switch print shops, even though the print shops that they use do not give them the best service or the best quality. There was we actually acquired several, like a good number of businesses from a little town where the print shop owner closed down the business. They just decided to close down the business. So those customers came to us through a contact of ours. And they told us your quality is way better. Your pricing is pretty amazing. But they still wouldn't have chosen us while the other business was running because switching printers, it's a pain. You have to get all your files, send them to the new printer. It really creates a lot of inconvenience for them. So those four things: pain, compliance, recurrence, switching hassle. If a customer has pays for the service for the product for one of those reasons, it's very probable that the business is in a good category.
Yeah, we were looking at some research that showed the median revenue for plumbing businesses that were sold on Biz Buy Sell were about 1.17 million, while the median owner earnings was around 311,000. And so sometimes when we hear the term passive business or boring business, we assume it's an easy business. But a great acquisition still requires you to walk in with your eyes wide open because we might be able to miss something still. So what are the things that the business should have if it's a great category? What do we need to be looking for?
Yeah, that's a very good point because that plumbing business, let's say it's making $300,000 in profit in SB in a year, sounds great, but it's still hard to run. You might have employees that leave, so you need to know how to hire people. You do have to have someone on the team who needs to have the licensing and make sure, right, you can take care of people. And that's usually not a problem. It's pretty easy to find those people. But even if the category is right, a laundromat still has machines that break on a Saturday morning. A landscaping company still has labor problems or equipment problems. An HVAC company needs skilled technicians. You still need to get new jobs and need to know how to handle an influx of work in the summer and probably less work in the winter. You have to uh, manage your money well. So it's not easy from that perspective. It could it be a great business? Yes, because these boring businesses uh, tend to they continue to make money year after year because the people need them. So the category is not the protection, is the best starting point. You still have to evaluate the specific business and make sure it's a good business. And that's what we talk in the other videos we shared on the channel.
Yeah, that's a good reminder that you're not just buying a plumbing business, but a specific plumbing business with all of those categories that we mentioned earlier, just to create that starting filter. But then we don't do want to do the work on the specific deal that is right in front of us. So if you are interested in learning more and having some people help you with feedback and walking through this process with more information, join our school group, and you can find the link for that in our description.